It's overcast, much like my mood. Welcome everyone to the German Grand Prix, and I'm Enigma, and we're back. And for those of you that missed it, I suck in the rain. Qualifying was interesting. We got 17th in the first session, and I was like, right, so let's see where this can go. And then we crawled up. We got, I think in the end it was like 9th in the in session 2. I was thinking, I'm feeling confident, and then you saw the shootout. Yeah, that went pretty badly, and sorry for nothing moving around. I'm just making sure audio levels are good. So yeah, let's quickly rechange the setup to what it was when the front wing back at 2, because that had a good feel for quality. Everything else is still the same. But the bonus is, because it was raining, we get to start on whatever tyre we want, and of course I'm going to pick the freshest set of options. We don't want no primes for the start. It's a 17 lap race. We push it early on options. We go our cautious strategy as usual. It tends to work. First corner on this, you guys have seen, I like to get off the grid pretty quick, have a few lightning starts, but the first corner on this isn't really about gaining the places. It's all about the second and the second corner and then the hairpin. So we're going to see how this goes. Apologies for A, the British Grand Prix being terrible, and B, I'm recording this race like a long time after that as well. That was very pre-recorded, and I've been like horribly unwell. I was coughing repeatedly, coughing fits, and I'm still not brilliant now. So if you get some in this video, then I apologise, but I needed to get this done, and it means that there'll be videos going up on my Pokemon channel. They should have already gone up by now, but if you want to check that out, if you've subscribed to it, Enigma. Anyway, we're 10th on the grid. We've got a Sergio Perez and a Pasta Maldonado to our left. We're on the inside here, so let's see what we can do off the start. Let's rich mix and Kurz. Let's get up past Schumacher, because we don't want to use a lot off the grid here, because like I said, the first corner is treacherous. We can get around Button and Vettel. Not Vettel, that's Webber. There's Vettel up front. Grosjean looking to cover. Grosjean looking slow is what it is. And we've got a Lewis Hamilton in second. Raikkonen in third, and we're up to 4th place. And now's the point where we deploy all of our Kurz. A straight line speed could be an issue in this race. I'll maintain that, but we could make a kamikaze move. Kamikaze would be, oh god, getting very close to the back of Raikkonen. But it's typical Toro Rosso. We're not that quick, but we're going to look to redeem ourselves after the British Grand Prix and score some good points. Oh, and you'll find this funny. I was told by the team after the British Grand Prix, where I think I got my worst result of the season, that me and Ricciardo are being viewed as equals now. In what world that makes sense, I have no idea, considering I've got 3 podiums for this team in the past, and all of our points bar 1, I don't know. But yeah, how we can be viewed as equals is pretty poor. So let's just try and have a good race. Just get some points, really. I don't care if I get a podium finish or not here.
Try for the whole race. Dry race.
Oh good, a dry race would be very nice, and the bonus is we can take that corner quite nicely without getting a corner cut. And Raikkonen looking to defend on the inside. We're going to try and go right around the outside of him, and we have.
That was a great overtaking manoeuvre. You made that look easy.
And this is the place where we're going to deploy all our Kurz pretty much every lap to defend against the guys with DRS. And to try and be, well, I say try and be offensive, but there's probably not going to be an opportunity where we are except this lap, because Hamilton looking for, oh god, we're very late on the brakes. Oh, that was poor. But Raikkonen's dropped a long way back, and we've covered him. I thought we were actually going to manage to slow that down. Oh, how wrong I was. There goes our shot at 2nd place. That's probably going to haunt me like it did in Monaco, where I had 1 shot to pass Grosjean. It cost me, and then he just accelerated away from me for the rest of the race, but we'll see. Although he's pulling out a nice gap on us. But this is a track where we appear to do quite well. Well, I say quite well. For what our team is, we're not bad. If we had more straight line speed, we'd be a lot more competitive. But we're quite nice in the final sector, and we're not bad in the first. So I mean, you know, we can take a lot of that first corner. You know, you can be your judge if it's glitch abuse or not. But if I can find extra speed in a Toro Rosso, by all means, I'm taking it. Wait a second longer. Now we'll deploy all the curves, so we get a majority of it in 7th. We'll save a little bit, why not? Because Raikkonen's not really... Alright, he is kind of there. And he's going to be getting DRS now. That's an issue. But it's a shame that we're not quick out of the hairpin, because a lot of the overtakes on this track take place in this corner here, which is one of my weaknesses. Like there, I've struck it. The curb too tight. A lot of times I outbrake myself. But once again, we find ourselves in a podium position. And these races usually tend to be the most boring, because it's me defending a lot of the time, and the back end's got away from me, violently under braking. And here we go, here comes the boring bit of Hamilton and the Ferrari speeding off into the distance. But, and you know, Raikkonen is all over our gearbox. He's going to have DRS this lap, and he's going to be extremely close. Yeah, here comes Raikkonen. Trying to push him out wide. The Finn has absolutely none of it. That's the thing with Raikkonen I've noticed a lot of times, like last season and this season in Formula 1. He will not take defence from anyone. He will fight his way past you. Sometimes it costs him, sometimes it proves to be brilliant overtaking. This time in the game it's cost him as Vettel's got through. Vettel going to take a look to take a crack at the sister team. And of course there are no team orders between Toro Rosso and Red Bull, so nothing for Vettel to ignore there on fair game. Which is something I wanted to talk about, because I know it's a long time after Malaysia. In fact, China's this weekend by the time this is going to be uploaded. But I think what Vettel did showed immaturity, and it showed that, you know, he was told before the race apparently and during not to overtake Webber, and he still did it. And it showed that not only were the team principal Christian Horner shows that he can't have much authority, you know, it puts him in a bad light. It also goes to show, well, what's that going to do for Webber's confidence and trust in his teammate? Vettel being the spoiled child, and Rosberg showed loyalty and stuck it behind Hamilton, even though I'm sure that Rosberg was a lot faster. You know, Vettel was probably a little bit quicker than Mark, but, you know, I would say that it was unfair and unjust, and Webber should have really won that race. You know, Webber could have probably sped up if he wanted to, and more importantly, I loved Vettel's apology. You know, he made a mistake by overtaking him. Well, to me, it didn't look like you were making a mistake by putting on one of the, you know, a great first corner battle. Mark's defending was fantastic, but up into turn 4, Mark just didn't get the drive on the harder tyre. And it's a shame, because I think Webber's probably the best driver on the grid that hasn't won a world championship. But I would probably say Rosberg.
I think the car behind is running on full revs. He's trying to close the gap.
Oh really, is he trying to close? Speaking of which, full revs, I need to check my fuel. Oh, we're at +2. So we'll save those, because we are going to need to defend later in the race. We're going to need to defend right now against Vettel. Vettel's pushing it. You can keep it down the inside if you want, Vettel, but you are not going to get the place. And is that Pastor Maldonado? He's putting on a great performance in that Williams. And Williams are doing bad this season. You know, they are definitely... They looked to be mildly competitive last year in the form of Maldonado, who... Look, I know he crashes a lot, but he's quick. And so far they're not doing well. Bottas doesn't appear to be brilliant. But we're still yet to get a gauge on everyone's performance. You know, Lotus, who won the first Grand Prix with Raikkonen, were nowhere near the front, really, on this occasion, even though Raikkonen was looking very competitive in practice. We're still going to have to wait and see. China could throw up, you know, some interesting results. Button with the fastest lap of the race. He's behind me. And more importantly, it was 2 seconds quicker than what I just pulled out. This battling with Vettel is getting silly. Very stupid. He's not as close as he was last lap, but he will be in a minute. He will be. Here he comes. Gone to the outside again. I'm just more confident on the brakes. Slamming the door on him. Here comes everyone. Is that Raikkonen looking to get his positions back? It probably is. The guys up ahead are just pulling away. But I've got both Red Bulls behind me, so I'm looking to help in the championship there. Because the Red Bulls is running away with it on this. And we're yet to get a contract offer from any other team. But believe me, as soon as, you know, I get something, I'll let you guys know. And we'll see where we can go. Because I'm probably going to want to get out of this Toro Rosso into something a bit better. Because I just need a bit more competitiveness.
To Alonso's car, he's going to be out for longer during his next stint.
Everyone's thundered into the pits except Hamilton. So we need to put in a good lap now while we're not under pressure. Okay, and that's gone badly straight away. So we'll be coming in this lap. Make sure primes are fitted.
Okay, prime for your next box.
Just give it everything we got this lap, because we need to make sure we stay ahead of Vettel. Okay, that's 2 braking points missed. That is not good. You know, it's like the pressure's on to try and make sure we're ahead. And we're just screwing it up here. This is what I do best. Can't screw it up on this corner. This costs me so much time normally. Haven't done brilliantly. We've missed the apex by a country mile. Keep it flat. Come on, let's try and get a blitzed final sector in.
We need to keep up the pace. The gap to the car behind is 4 seconds.
Can't attack the pit lane with too much vigour here. There's a gravel trap that I always love to fall into. Here we go, here we go. Right, we're in pit lane. We need to get a really good stop here, guys. There goes Hamilton. Come on, really good stop, Toro Rosso. Let's do this, let's do this.
Go.
4.2 seconds. But it doesn't appear to be. Guys thundering down the pits. We're comfortably ahead. We've maintained track position.
On full revs, he's trying to close the gap.
Hamilton did not get ahead of Alonso either. So there we go. We got a bit of breathing space to Vettel, but I'm sure that he will close that down, and we just need to defend for the rest of this race. And we're driving like that. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry that these races get pretty boring with me just defending, trying to get on the podium. But I could do with the points. Like, you'll find this funny, I've owned this game since its release date and I haven't got the achievement for winning the Drivers' Championship. That's how much effort I put into like my career mode before I started recording. So I'm actually going to try and get that achievement on screen in a more competitive team. That, or I'll do it like when I finish this season. I'll just quickly go into it on my just off screen and just blast through it or something. I don't know. So now we have to defend against that charging Sebastian Vettel, who is now very close to us. With over half the race down, we do not want to be getting overtaken. Hamilton's pulled a ways ahead. Here comes Vettel, looking every which way to try and get past the Toro Rosso driver. And there we go, we actually managed to get it in the hairpin this time. And a 120.6 isn't really that. It's 1.3 seconds off the pace, yes, but not that bad when you think about it. I mean, I'll try and bring it down in the later stage of the race where the fuel's nice and burned off and we're a bit quicker. We got +1, so we can use those later if need be. But right now, my main focus is not speed, it is defence of my position. Our objective is 8th and we'll get 3rd. The only downside with finishing high is then they expect it constantly, and it's a case of, look, I performed miracles last time. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to finish this high regularly, but it doesn't happen every race. Taking the first corner again like a beast, or a noob if you want to look at it that way. Vettel's gonna have a look at our outside. Push him out wide. Just defend the position nicely. And see, look, the pack behind isn't catching up that much. I mean, there's a guy behind Vettel. It's broken away. I know Grosjean was there, or was behind me before we pitted. Something tells me that isn't Grosjean. It's Jenson Button. A man who's probably still looking for vengeance on me after what I did to him in Bahrain. And on the prime tyres, the guys at the front, Hamilton and Alonso, were just pulling away. Vettel's thinking about it down the main straight. Okay, that one definitely counted as corner cutting.
The car behind is running on full revs. He's trying to close the gap.
Really, is he? He's looking pretty racy. We've got some breathing space to Vettel this time around. I don't know if he's even got DRS, but we'll take advantage of that and save a bit of the curves for later. Like coming out of this hairpin because of the way we've horribly botched it. And Ricciardo looking to try and get up there and score a point or two. That'd be nice, seeing as we're now being viewed as equal, which I'm still a bit sour about. Button has passed Vettel. Don't know what's happened with him. He's just got very slow as of recent. Button will be lining us up then soon to have a crack. Got some understeer in the final corner. We're getting decent-ish laps. I mean, nothing pulse-pounding for sure, but it's something. 1 minute 20s, I would say, aren't too bad. Then again, I say that because it's me driving. Here's going to come Button. Going to be all over our gearbox. Button's gone for it. Button's gone for it. We'll keep it nicely on the inside line. And thank you very much, Jenson Button. I will maintain position.
This is turning into a solid drive. We're 5 positions up on where we were expecting to finish.
Solid drive. You try keeping world-class drivers like Button and amateurs like Vettel behind you. Okay, maybe the amateurs is easy, but come on. Button's a beast. And I'm not just saying that because I'm from Britain. England, whatever. Button's good. The car this year might be, you know, not that brilliant now, but give it late season, give them a push, and they will be looking good. I have faith in Button and Perez. Alonso with the fastest lap now in a 1:19.2. He's just showing off as I start talking about lap times. Next lap I'm going to crank it up to Rich. Try and get a bit more performance out of this monster. Button's going to come at us again. This time we are going to use all our curves to make sure that we defend. Here comes Button. Late on the brakes as always, turning in, hitting the apex wonderfully. And there's a Sauber coming to join the party. We haven't actually got a huge train behind us like we usually do either. The bad thing is I've only done one R&D objective, so the car's still, well, you could call it pretty fresh, and we're halfway through the season. Taking that corner very badly. Crank it to Rich. Let's go. Slightly quicker each lap. And once again, Vettel appears to have fallen back. Has he lost out to the Sauber? I don't know. Button's not really on our tail anymore either. He will be in a minute because he's got DRS. Just hear that Mercedes engine, a Massa coming in from out of nowhere. Literally, I have no idea where Massa is. I couldn't see from that angle if Vettel had lost out to the Sauber. I'm trying to be a commentator, drive a race, and, you know, and comment on everything that's going on as well. Rear got a bit snaky there. Need to push this car for these last few laps. Try and make sure
Button's slightly faster than you, he's catching you.
I know Button's quicker than me, I know he's catching me. Right behind me actually. Button's got this. That was a bit swervy, I'm not gonna lie. Why are we still not in standard? Oh, I do love it when my game glitches and won't put me in rich mix. Don't know if this happens to anyone else, but if they can please explain what the hell it is, that'd be great. Try forcing it into rich.
We can move to mix 2 or 3 if you need it.
Oh, there we go, we're in rich. Let's do this. Guys, I don't need the rich mix, but it would be nice. There we go, we've got rich mix for the final lap. Vettel just showing off a bit of pace. He finally appears to have got his act together. He might have been on lean mix for a little while. Button's not anywhere in a position to take a look. There is a small train forming behind us, but not all over us. So we just need to bring it home. $15 more championship points. I think we are going to do very well against our rivals here. Fernando Alonso takes the checkered flag in Germany. It would have been more special if it was Schumacher still going for Ferrari. Hamilton got second, and we have just... Oh my good God, what the hell happened? Oh no! What the hell?
We've been given a time penalty.
Oh no! No, no, no! Vettel got a penalty as well, but we just ran wide in one of the final corners, and as we came back onto the track it probably did look like we smashed Jenson Button off. Vettel with the penalty as well promotes Sergio Perez. Oh, that was a novice mistake. I'm really disappointed with that. Strange to see an AI get a penalty, because that's really rare. I just can't believe we threw away third place just in literally the final corner. Part of me wants to redo the race, but I'm not going to. Let's just move on with that poor result. But we're moving on to, I think the next race is Hungary. Let's see how that makes us. We fall down to 8th in the championship. Grosjean passes us. Webber and Vettel, neither of them scored points, I think, so they're tied. Alonso looking to bring the fight to the Red Bulls now. Perez getting away from us. Grosjean has overtaken us in the championship. There's a big, a 17-point gap back to Raikkonen, but we're down in 8th now. Oh, that could have been the 15 points. We could have had a 4th podium for Toro Rosso. Still in 6th. We're tied with Mercedes now. They clearly took advantage. We should have got those points and we didn't. That was just a cruel mistress. My final misjudgment on the penultimate corner of braking. Coming back on, I thought Button was going to back off. He saw an opportunity, and I don't blame him. He was a racing driver. But that was the eventful end to the German Grand Prix. And I'll see you all in Hungary. I'm going to cry now.